Hey, this video is going to be a little bit different, okay? Because I want you to act as if I am your future wealthy version of yourself right now that is telling you different things, giving you different messages of different little shifts that you have to make to align yourself to the life that you truly desire, to align you with your future wealthy version of yourself, okay? Now, one of the things that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now: stop waiting until you feel like you're ready. Okay. And this is very, very important because there are going to be lots of times in your life where you know you're ready, but you feel like you're not ready. Okay. And that will hold you back. That will stop you from becoming wealthy. That will stop you from manifesting the things that you truly, truly desire in your life. Okay. Waiting till you feel like you're ready. You have to take inspired action right now in this present moment. Okay. And you will start to see different things manifest in your life just by making these slight changes and doing it right now. Okay. Now, another thing that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now: living the same year on repeat. Okay. Stop doing this. All right. Every single time you make the same choices, you get the same results. It's like running on the same hamster wheel all the time, making the same choices. And I know there are lots of times where you probably make New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year. You're saying, man, I'm going to work out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be fit. But as the year goes on, you stop doing these things, okay? As the year goes on, you stop working on your music, you stop working on your book, you stop thinking about the inspired ideas that you had about your business, whatever it is, becoming a multimillionaire, and you fall back into the trap. You fall back into the distractions, and that is going to hold you back. You won't align yourself with becoming wealthy. You won't align yourself with becoming that future wealthy version of yourself, okay? Living the same year on repeat and repeat, okay? Keep doing the same thing, you get the same results. When you start throwing different things into that loop, you start getting different results, okay? Now, another thing that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now is to do what you love to do right now, okay? And this is very, very important because this has to do a lot with your purpose, okay? When you find yourself doing something and you just lose track of time, you're just loving what you're doing, that is a sign that you are stepping into your purpose. That's a sign that you are going towards your destiny when you do this, okay? Because if you find yourself loving to do music, or you find yourself loving to paint and draw, or just loving to explore nature, okay, it has to do something with your purpose. All right. Whatever you love to do, even if it's content, whatever it is, you have to do this because it is aligning you up with that future wealthy version of yourself. OK, the future self of you just does what he or she loves to do every single day. OK, I'm telling you, anything that drains your energy, these are the kind of things that you want to just gradually get away from. OK, I don't care if it's a job, I don't care if it's people, I don't care if these are just old habits. It's time to step away from a lot of these things right now. You can't do everything like overnight, but gradually the little choices that you make, it changes the whole trajectory of where your life was actually headed, okay? You start to align yourself with the future wealthy version of yourself. Now, another thing that the future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now is to stop saying, maybe one day I'll do it. Maybe one day I'll make this happen, okay? Because every time you say, well, maybe I'll start, and maybe you're pushing it way further into a future that may never happen, okay? When you're aligning yourself to your desires, you have to do it right now. You have to take inspired action in this very moment, okay? Because that's how things start to manifest. That's how things start to change in your life. Just by, stop putting things off into the future. Stop saying, oh man, maybe one day I'm gonna start living my dream. Maybe one day I'm gonna make this happen. You have to take inspired action right now in this present moment. Do it. All right. No matter how many thoughts that you have that says, it may not work, it may not happen. You're not, you don't have enough money. Okay. Get rid of all that right now. All right. Because those are going to be thoughts that crosses your mind. All right. Because I'm telling you, your mind is going to resist. Your mind is going to fight against you on this journey. Okay. You have to just do it. All right. Do what you love to do. Stop putting it off until tomorrow, because I'm telling you, you are going to get great results. You are going to start to become that wealthy version of yourself, okay? Now, another thing is, stop letting your past dictate your future, all right? Because I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who have, they've tried to do things in their life. They tried to, and it didn't work out. So now doubt and disbelief comes into their mind, when they try to think of doing something. They think about when they failed. They think about, man, I remember when I tried to do this and it didn't work, so I'm not going to try that again. That's where fear comes in, okay? I'm telling you, there are going to be times when you try to do something and you are going to fail. That failure was there to make you stronger. That failure came into your life so you can learn something from it. That, I'm telling you, for me, there's no such thing as failure. It's only learning. It's only something to make me more resilient, okay? And it's also a test to see if I'm going to let this stop me, something, if it's going to let me take me off my journey, okay? I'm telling you, you're going to go through periods of time where you are going to think about something that you did in your past, all right? And you're going to try to put it towards something that you're trying to do right now. Don't do that, okay? Because I'm telling you, you have to fail to become successful. This is just one of the laws of the universe, okay? You are definitely starting to become that wealthy future version of yourself right now by just making these choices, by listening to these different messages, especially in your intuition, okay? Especially in your intuition. Now, another thing that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now is stop believing every single thought that enters your mind, okay? Because I'm telling you, your mind is designed to protect you. It's designed to keep you safe. It's designed to keep you in a familiar space. And a lot of the times, thoughts that enter your mind aren't even your thoughts. Our brains is like a receiver, okay? There are thoughts like waves everywhere. So sometimes you'll pick up on a thought and you'll be like, man, why am I even thinking about that right now? Because that's somebody else's thought, okay? See, a lot of the times you pick up on thoughts that aren't even yours, so you can't even believe every thought that enters your mind. And sometimes you might be around a particular person and they'll say something, and that thought can enter your subconscious mind like a program, okay? A lot of these thoughts that we have are just programming. They're conditioning. They're not even our thoughts, all right? So every single thought that enters your mind, you have to filter it out and you have to use your intuition along with that thought, okay? I'm telling you, these are the things that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now, is telling me right now, okay? Now let's keep it going, all right? Now, another thing that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now is don't forget how far you've already come, all right? Now, this is something that happens to me on a regular basis, all right? I have to think about when, let's just say this YouTube channel, okay? I want to think about when I first started making videos, all right? I barely got over 10 views, okay? Now, I go through periods where this channel here is going good, it's going great. All of a sudden, the views will go from 100,000 views all the way down to 3,000 views, all the way back up to 5,000 views, all the way back down to 1,000 views. It's like a roller coaster. And the one thing that I keep on in my mind is, I remember when I wasn't getting over 10 views. I remember when I wasn't getting barely this. So I always think about the beginnings. And that makes it easy to remember how far that you've already come, okay? You got to think about the progress that you've already made. Don't think about what's not happening right now, what's not working right now, okay? Stay focused on what you love to do. Stay focused on your manifestation. Stay focused on your desires, because it is growing. Even if things don't look like it's growing, I'm telling you, just like this tree, all right? Once upon a time, it was under that dirt, okay? And months went by. I'm talking about a long time went by before any progress started, before you saw even a stick or a branch stick out of the dirt. And then one day it just started sprouting. And then it took years for that tree to actually become a big flourished tree, okay? So that's the same thing, okay? You have to trust in what you can't see, okay? You don't need evidence to know that things are working right now, okay? Because I'm telling you, That's exactly what's happening with your manifestation, okay? It is growing right now as we speak. Even if you don't see any progress at this moment, it is happening right now, okay? Trusting in the divine timing, trusting that things are always working in your favor, okay? I'm telling you. Now, another thing that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now, stop acting like you have time, okay? And I hear a lot of people saying, oh man, I got a lot of time to do this. I got a lot of time to do that. And I just be like, I'm like, you had a lot of time. Okay. I'm telling you, you have to really treat time as one of your first currencies, because you don't have a lot of time. You have to act right now in this present moment. Every time that you do whatever it is you do, you're creating a reality no matter what. If you're waiting, you're creating a reality of waiting. If you're taking inspired action right now, you're actually starting to turn the wheels, okay? You're actually starting to manifest the things that you desire, the life that you desire, just by making the moves right now, okay? I'm telling you, you don't have a lot of time. I don't care how young you are. I don't care how old you are, okay? Treat time as your first currency, okay? Right now, you got to act right now in this present moment, okay? And you will start to get different results in your life. Now, another thing that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now, stop making fear sound like logic, okay? Now, there are going to be a lot of times where, you might say something to yourself like, well, I know I'm going to start doing this right now today, but it might take too long. I don't think I have this for this. I don't think I have that for that. Okay, that's your logical mind creeping in, trying to make logical choices, trying to give you logical explanations while you're making excuses and all that right now. I'm telling you, fear is logic dressed up in a nice outfit, okay? That's all it is. Making excuses, waiting for the right time, waiting for the right moment. That's all the logical mind trying to keep everything the same, trying to keep you stuck in the same pattern, okay? Your intuition is telling you act right now. Do it right now, because that is where the results are going to happen, by just doing it right now, okay? Not waiting for the perfect moment, not waiting for the perfect time, but just actually just moving right now and doing it, okay? Nothing's going to be perfect when you start. Nothing's going to be perfect in the middle of your manifestation. Nothing's going to be perfect at the end, okay? But as long as you're doing it, you're making progress, you're moving the goalposts every time, the goalposts. Every time you do anything, you're making more progress, okay? You have to pay attention to always just moving forward no matter what, and not staying in the same place, stuck on that hamster wheel, okay? Now, another thing that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now, stop confusing being busy with making progress, okay? Now, this is something that I definitely hear and see a lot of people do. I might ask somebody, hey man, you're still working on that project right there that you was working on before? And they'll respond back like, man, I've been working so much, I haven't had time to do that. I've been dealing with this so much, I haven't had time to work on that. I haven't had time. People, they constantly just confuse making progress with just making excuses, okay? Talking about they're busy, they don't have time, okay? Anytime you ask the universe right now, look, universe, I want this, I want this in my life. The universe is going to start rearranging things in reality to make reality just respond to a way where you have time, okay? I'm telling you, things, it may not happen right away, but if you start taking just small little steps every single day, just doing this every single day, all of a sudden, now you got a lot of time to, let's just say, go to the gym. All of a sudden, you got a lot of time to work on your music. All of a sudden, you got a lot of time. And this may even happen with, you finding a better job opportunity just landing in your lap. You just never know. Or people coming into your life, making your life easier, okay? You never know how reality is going to respond, but you just have to move forward and you just have to do it anyway, okay? Because that is how you start to just create the life you desire and become that future wealthy version of yourself. Now, another thing that the future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now, stop waiting for the perfect time, okay? Because I'm telling you, any time is perfect. Right now is perfect. Why not now? Why wait for the perfect equipment? Why wait right now? If you have just the idea right now of what you need to do, do it right now in this present moment, okay? And every time you do it, you're gonna get better. Every time you do it another way, you're gonna learn from this. All of a sudden, you're gonna learn how to do this. All of a sudden, now whatever you're doing in your life, now it's just the bomb, okay? And still, when you become the bomb, it's gonna become even better, okay? Just by doing it right now, not waiting for the perfect time, not waiting for the perfect moment, not waiting for the perfect outfit, the perfect haircut. You know what I'm saying? The perfect time is right now in this present moment. Okay, that is the perfect time. That's one of the things that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you. Stop waiting for the perfect time and act right now in this present moment. Now, another thing is, and this one is big, okay? Your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you, stop treating your intuition like it's just another thought. And your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you, that's me talking to you right now, okay? Your intuition is telling you, yes, this is it's about to happen. Yes, do it like this. Yes, do it like that. You know, and I'm telling you, you have to listen to your intuition. You have to listen to those thoughts, because that is guiding you toward the life that you desire, okay, by listening to your heart. All right, not listening to your logical mind that's trying to hold you back, that's trying to keep everything the same. Listen to your future wealthy version of yourself talking to you through your intuition right now. Okay, if you go somewhere and your intuition is telling you, do this, you know, play your lottery ticket over here, or do that, you know, do not treat those thoughts like it's just another thought. Sometimes you have to really listen. Okay, listen to your gut, which I'm telling you, that's like your intuition. Listen to your just the thoughts, that voice in your head, this, you know, the feeling. Listen to the feeling and your intuition. That is very important. Your heart. Okay, now another thing that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now, stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Okay, because I'm telling you, you really don't know what they went through to get to where they're at. Okay, they probably went through everything that you're going through right now and then some. Okay, and I know they look very successful. I know it looks like they have been just, you know, like they're already wealthy, like they already have, let's just say, a big channel, or they already have the big house, they already have the money in their bank account. Okay, you can't compare the beginning of your journey, or can't compare your journey at all to anyone else's, because every journey is like a fingerprint. It will never be the same. Okay, and comparison is one of those things that holds a lot of people back. Okay, and it's also almost like a test, like the universe is testing to see if you're going to compare yourself to somebody else. Because I'm telling you, a lot of the times when you want something, when you desire to have something in your life, the universe will show you other people with it. Okay, now some people will take this and be like, man, they get jealous, like, man, I don't know why they don't deserve to have that. They don't, you know. You're being tested to see if that's how you're going to feel. Okay, when the universe shows you somebody else with everything that you desire, take that as motivation, take that as inspiration. Okay, because that's something that is attainable for you. You can achieve it. If you already see it in your subconscious mind right now, if you already see it in your imagination, it's already something that is transpiring right now. Like I said, it's growing beneath the dirt right now. Okay, it is manifesting. It's going to happen in your life as long as you keep your focus on that right now. Okay, now another thing that the future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now, stop being content. And this one is very powerful. Okay, because I know you come across people, and you may be doing this. Okay, you've been at this job for a year, you've been at this job for 2 or 3 years, and you feel like you're content. You feel like this is somewhere where you're gonna be for the rest, you know, till you retire and things like that. There's always better. Okay, there's always going to be better. You always have to want better. You always have to just visualize better. Okay, just imagine better all the time and take inspired action to make it better, because there's always going to be another door waiting for you to open it. There's always going to be another opportunity that's waiting for you to just create it. Okay, to align yourself with it, to manifest it. All right, and I come across a lot of people who have been at a certain job for years, and I'm looking at them because it's like they limit themselves. They don't really think or believe that there's anything better than this. Okay, they don't believe that, they probably think like, man, I'm too old to go to school, or I'm too old to try again, or I got so much going on in my life, I'm so busy, I can't do this, I can't do that, so I'm just at this job, I'm grateful for this job for the rest of my life. And that's how people, it's like they limit themselves, and you can see how people just put limitations on themselves. And sometimes these same people might try to place their limitations on you, okay? And I'm telling you, never be content, okay? Always want more, always want better. If you see yourself being wealthy in your imagination, it is your job to fulfill that purpose without a shadow of a doubt, okay? Now, another thing that the future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now, stop telling yourself, I'll start next Monday, I'll start next week, I'll start next month, I'll start next year. Because I'm telling you, that is going to lead to you never starting at all. That's going to lead to you never becoming that future wealthy version of yourself. You have to take that inspired action right now. You have to act right now, because you are creating the life that you desire. You're creating the life that you don't desire. Okay, whatever you're focused on, whatever you keep your mind on, that is the life that you are creating. But at the same time, by just focusing on something without taking inspired action, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can focus on winning the lottery all the time, but how are you going to do it if you actually don't go buy a ticket? If you actually don't believe, if you actually don't change your mindset, okay? That's taking inspired action to win the lottery. That's taking inspired action to manifest anything you desire. Your focus and actually doing, actually just moving, okay? Making progress, okay? Because that is how you become the future wealthy version of yourself. That's how you become, all right? Now, I just wanted to make this video, okay? These are the things right now that your future wealthy version of yourself is telling you right now, okay? Are you gonna listen? Are you gonna start doing the things that you desire to do? Are you gonna start believing that you can actually make this happen in your life? Are you gonna start actually taking inspired action right now today, not waiting for the perfect time? I'm telling you, this is how you do it. This is how you manifest it, all right? Now, thank you so much for tuning in to Millionaire Mindset, where everything happens in divine time by divine design, but you are the divine design. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment on this video, and hype this video up. It really helps me out, okay? Until the next video, Millionaire Mindset signing off.